when I first met him in rehearsal this afternoon, he said, how are you going to introduce me? And I said, I haven't decided. He said, well, why don't you tell the audience about me? Tell them I started writing and performing comedy when I was 14. So that although I'm only 23 now, I've had lots of experience, including 5 years hosting the hit American television series, Real People, and touring the States, teamed up with stars like Dionne Warwick, the Pointer Sisters, and Lionel Richie. So I said, is there anything else you'd like me to say? And he said, yes, would you please tell them I'm very, very modest. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome from Los Angeles, California, one of America's newest, brightest, and shyest young comedians, Byron Allen. Well, welcome.
All right.
Well, you deserve it.
Oh, my goodness, thank you. That's really nice of you. Oh, you know, I'm so happy to be here and all because a lot of people don't know this, and I just want to say this. A lot of people don't know this, and I want to say it right now, that Bob Monkhouse here is my father. I just want to say I love you, Dad.
Oh, Byron. Dad, I need you.
Oh, baby. Oh, my
Thank
baby.
you, then.
My curly hair.
Oh, my goodness.
You have such a irrepressible sense of fun. You've been absolutely bubbling all day here, and you've kept the studios laughing all.
Well, thank you, Dad.
Now, listen, when I was going to school a long, long time ago, my sense of fun got me into trouble. Did it interfere with your education? Were you the class clown, or were you a good student?
No, I was a great student. You know, I've been going to USC, University of Southern California, and taking one class to satisfy my mother, and I love it, too, because I got an A in philosophy. I convinced the professor the final didn't exist. I studied psychology. Teacher asked me what's a paranoid. I said, I don't know. How come you always keep asking me?
What was your favorite subject, do you think? Who were your strongest?
I love history.
Oh, history.
Because we studied the Indians. And I find the Indians so interesting, right? American Indians, because they used to chew this stuff peyote.
Peyote.
Just like marijuana, but it's stronger. That explains a lot of things, like why they used to talk like this. Woo! These guys would get high and go, hey, let's eat a buffalo and sell Manhattan for $10. And it was so hysterical, too, because that'd be funny if that was one of the things we adapted, right? Be like, hey, what's going on? Nothing much. Want to make out with some girls? No, my face hurts.
Do you think there were ever any black indigenous American Indians?
Oh, I know there was. I was so excited about that, too. I couldn't believe it. I found out they had some black Indians. Imagine that, running Leroy. Wears feathers tilted to the side. 3 Indians in the background going, ooh-hoo, uh-huh, Thank you. This is a great crowd.
Oh, it's a lovely audience.
No, I studied the Indians and all, and I found that so fascinating. The whole
we love the cowboy and Indian movies in this country.
That's something I didn't understand, though, about the cowboy and Indian movies. The Indians used to just keep going around in a circle and getting shot. And you think one of them finally say, hey, let's get behind a rock. Right? And if the cowboys were so smart, they wouldn't have put the wagon train in a circle. They would have put it in a square and then watched the Indians try and make that turn.
Tell us more about Byron Allen. Tell us something about yourself.
I'm the product of an interracial marriage. My father's black and my mother's Negro. That makes me colored.
You're 23, so presumably you're not married. You have a regular girlfriend?
No, I just broke up with my girlfriend, so I'm hanging out with some friends till I get back on my knees. It's tough when you break up with your girlfriend. I don't care who you see your ex-girlfriend with. She could be with Michael Jackson. You still look at your best friend and go, can you believe the fool she left me for? Look at him, only has one glove on. My girlfriend was like, oh, I need my own space. I'm like, damn, baby, get a mobile home. Yeah. She's like, no, I think we should both see other people. I'm like, let's look out the window together. She's like, oh, you'll be okay. You can hold your own. I'm like, I don't want to hold my own. But you gotta be careful dating. There's no telling what you can catch.
Right.
In fact, I'm coming out with the Byron Allen home herpes test. That's where you tell your date that you have herpes. If they stay, you leave.
That's brilliant. Took a while for the penny to drop on that one. That's beautiful. You're a 23-year-old bachelor, and obviously I envy you this.
Yeah, I got my own place. All my plants, they're dead. I don't water them. My friends come over, they go, don't you water them? I go, no, can't you tell? They're dead. This is the look I want, dead plants. You can't buy these. You got to do it yourself. In my refrigerator, I got some Roquefort cheese, used to be cheddar. I clogged up my dishwasher. Don't ever use paper plates. My mom came over, she said, Byron, how come all your clothes are on the floor? I said, gravity.
I love to watch the way you roll on these topics. Let me give you another one, because as a bachelor, you must shop for yourself. Do you enjoy going through the supermarket?
I love to grocery shop. I have so much fun. But I want to know, who are these people who put their basket in line, go finish their shopping for the rest of the year, right, and tell you to watch their basket? Like somebody's gonna walk up and go, hey, this is exactly what I eat. Ring all this up for me. And who designed grocery baskets where you got the seat for the little baby over the food? The baby is peeing on the food. All of a sudden, the Rice Krispies start going snap, crackle, and pop. This is true, right?
Yeah. Beautiful observation.
Right? And I love when I'm standing in line and people come up behind me and they go, is this the end of the line? I always go, no, this is the beginning of the line. All these people in front of us, yeah, they're facing backwards. You are now the beginning of the line. Don't let anybody try and get in front of you. And whenever I see fat people at the supermarket, I always want to go up to their basket and take the cookies out. It's like, give me that. What are you trying to do? Become a house? You know it'd be hysterical? If they took all the cookies and put them on this real thin aisle. And if you can't walk down this aisle, you don't deserve the cookies.
We ought to adopt that one. That's a marvelous idea. We've taken so much recently from America, in this country. I mean, fast food. You must have noticed.
Right.
All the concessions are like the Kentucky Fried Chicken and the McDonald's hamburgers. There's that. And there's, I guess we get credit cards from you. I don't think our banks are... Your banks are different. You've got money in them.
Yeah, whenever I write a check, or whenever anybody in America writes a check, they always want to see a photo ID. So I had checks printed up with my picture on it. And I'm scared. What do they call those here? Automated tellers or something like outside the bank?
Oh, that's right. Yes, where you go and stick in a card and you...
I'm scared to use those. It looks like if you push one wrong button, you're going to lose your whole life savings. And something just come through and eat your account. You know? But banks in our country are just absolutely amazing, right? Because in America, if our check bounces, they charge us $15.
For a bounce check?
If my check bounces, what the hell makes them think I have $15? Right? Now, another thing, the bank in America opens at 10 and closes at 3. Now, who goes to work at 11 and gets off at 2? So that means we all have to go back to the bank at lunchtime. Everybody in the world is at the bank at lunchtime, except the bank tellers. They're having lunch. I figured out bank robbers aren't criminals. They're just customers sick of waiting. And that's another thing. If a guy robs a bank, why do they hang his picture in the post office? Why in the post office? This guy's hanging out in banks. Hang his picture in the bank. If you see this man, get the hell out of here. What do you think he's gonna do? Rob a bank and then go buy some stamps? And in America, until you pay off your mortgage, the bank owns your house. So I called my banker up, told him to come over and take out his trash.
They don't make sense, do they, banks?
They don't make the least bit of sense. I tell you, I'm standing in the bank, right? And the door to the vault is standing wide open. But they have the ink pens chained down.
tell you something, Byron. You have such a natural gift of invention and comic observation. My parents were totally unimpressed by whatever success I had as a comedian. They thought it was a very stupid way to make a living. Did you find, for example, that your father or mother supportive? Did they encourage you?
No, no. I was an only child, and it was tough being an only child. It was hysterical. I used to always play on the phone. You ever do that when you were a little kid, play on the phone?
Yes.
Call up the pizza man, order up like 9 large pizzas and send it to another pizza man.
I never did that.
You never do that? Oh, man, call up people and stuff, say, is your refrigerator running? It is, well, you better catch it, yeah. you know, you're only child. And my big thing was to call the butcher and say to him, do you have pig's feet? Oh, yeah, where do you buy your shoes? Yeah.
Terrible kid.
I was a little kid. I was 5, and it was so funny, too, right? Because my dad was not that crazy about me. I told him my school was having a father-son picnic, and he showed up with his dad. It was so funny, too, because my dad would get mad at me, right? And he would say the funniest things. He'd say stuff like, get ready for a whooping.
That's a beating.
Yeah, get ready for a beating. How do you get ready for a beating? You hide. That's how you get ready. He acts like I'm going to go to my room and practice crying. Oh, Dad, please, Dad. No more, Dad. Okay, Dad, come on in. I'm ready for a beating. And I love when he says stuff like, I may be dumb, but I ain't stupid. That's like saying, I do this, but I don't do this. Man did not have the highest IQ, boy. Got a parking ticket, tried to handle his own case. Ended up on death row. Tried to sell hearing aids over the phone. First time he got in a jacuzzi, thought he had wind. I see bubbles. Who's got wind in here? Nobody, Dad.
Nobody, Dad.
I take a bath. I know what these bubbles mean. These are wind bubbles.
Byron, what about your mother?
My mother. Oh, God, my mother's great. I love my mother, so she is hysterical.
She's a loving mother.
Oh, yeah, every time I get in the car with this woman, right, and she has to put her, I'm sitting in the passenger seat, and all of a sudden she has to put her foot on the brake, she always throws her arm across me. like, yeah. And then it's like, honey, are you okay? I'm over here with a broken neck. It's like, no, let me go through the window. I want to get hit by a truck. And mother's come up with some classics, too. It's like, this milk smells sour. Here, taste it.
That's my mother, too.
But their best line of all is, don't put on that dirty underwear. What if you get hit by a car? Like, I'm gonna get hit and go to the hospital and the doctor's gonna go, oh, boy, look at that underwear. Let him die. Dr. Morgan, yeah, smell this.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you thank my guest, Byron Allen?
Thank you.
My.
Thank you.